Hi students, welcome back. Today we are going to continue with chapter 2, polynomials. We are going to do exercise 2.2, first 3 questions. Question number 1. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. You know what are zeros? They are simply solutions. So to find out the solution, you need to basically factorize the given quadratic, isn't it? How will you factorize a quadratic, students? I hope you remember the procedure. Before that, let me write you the generalized form of a quadratic equation or polynomial. Ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are some numbers, constants. A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, c is a constant part. So here we have x squared minus 2x minus 8. To get the zeros, first factorize this quadratic. To factorize this, what is the very first step? Take the middle term. So find out the two terms whose sum is negative 2x and whose product is, multiply these two, minus 8x squared. I hope you remember this process. Take the middle term. You need to split the middle terms as two terms whose sum is negative 2x and whose product is negative 8x squared. Think about those two terms. So negative 2x, 4x and 2x. I can consider 4x and 2x so that the product is giving me 8x squared. But to decide which term is negative, see this. So when you add, the larger number should be negative according to the integer property. So put negative here. And obviously it's giving you negative 8x squared when you multiply. So split the middle term, write with the new terms, minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. Now there are four terms. Now we can follow factor by grouping. As you know, you can group the first two terms and last two terms. So x squared minus 4x, group them, 2x minus 8. Now take the greatest common factor from each group. What is the common factor between these two? X. Write the remaining terms, x minus 4 plus, what is the common factor here? 2. Again x minus 4. Whenever you do factor by grouping, I'll give you some hint to check whether you are going correctly. These two brackets should be the same. Then only all your previous steps are correct. If the two brackets are different, there is something wrong with your previous steps. You can go back and recheck. Okay? Because only if these two brackets are the same, you can able to do the next step, which is taking out that brackets. Because in this case, x minus 4 is common. Now I can take x minus 4. What is remaining? X is remaining here and 2 is remaining here, plus is in the middle. So x plus 2. This is the main reason I asked you to check the brackets. It should be same. Now we found out the factors. So to find out the zero, equate this to 0. If a product is 0, any one of them should be 0. Then only the product becomes 0, right? Apply that property. X minus 4 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now you know very well, do the inverse operation or balance the equation to get the x value. It's minus 4. When you take it to the other side, plus 4. So x equal to positive 4 is one of the zeros or solutions. And the other one, when you take 2 to the other side, minus 2. X is equal to negative 2. Now we found out the first part. We found out the zeros, 4 and negative 2. Now we need to find the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. I'll show you in the next page. If alpha and beta are the zeros or roots, we know that sum of the roots is equal to negative b by a. What is b? I told you, coefficient of x over, what is a? the first leading coefficient, which is coefficient of x squared. Now we also know that the product of the zeros alpha times beta is equal to C by A, where C is the constant part. Again, A is the coefficient of x squared. Now this is the relationship between the roots and the coefficients. We are going to verify this from the roots we got. What is the equation? Let me write it. X squared minus 2x minus 8. What are the roots we got? Alpha is equal to 4, beta is equal to negative 2. Now we will try to find out the sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta is equal to 4 plus minus 2 will give you minus 2. What is 4 minus 2? 2. Now this is what sum of the zeros. I can rewrite this as minus of minus 2 divided by 1, isn't it? Because negative negative positive 2 by 1 is positive 2. Now this can be rewritten minus, what is minus 2? Coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. And what is 1? Coefficient of x squared. Hence we verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Now I'll verify the other relation also, the product. Alpha times beta is equal to 4 times negative 2, which is a negative 8. Now this can be written as negative 8 over 1. What is negative 8 in the equation? Constant. Constant divided by, and positive 1, coefficient of x squared. So we verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients, students. So this is how, after finding the zeros, you will verify the relationship. I hope you understand the procedure, the steps. Let's do question number 2. 4s squared minus 4s plus 1. Same instruction. We need to find the zeros and also verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Let's find out the zeros first. What is the very first step? Factorize. So to factorize the given quadratic, take the middle term, find out the two terms whose sum is negative 4s and product is 1 times 4x squared. 4s squared. So think about the two terms. 2 2s are 4 and there is a 4 here. So I am writing both with negatives, because then only while adding negative 2s and negative 2s, it's giving me negative 4x. And when I multiply these two, it's getting me positive 4s squared to split the middle term. So negative 4s can be written as negative 2s minus 2s plus 1. Again, factor by grouping. Group the first two and group the last two. What is the greatest common factor between these two? 2s. Now write the remaining 2s minus 1. And what is common here? There is a negative here that can be taken outside. Now write the remaining 2s, and this plus will become minus because I have already taken negative. So minus 1. As there is no number, you can even write 1 here. So what did I tell you? To check your step, these two brackets must be the same. So we have done correctly. Take that bracket as a common factor out. We left with one more 2s minus 1. So it is in the form of a minus b the whole squared formula. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. I hope you remember that algebraic identity. Now to get the solutions or zeros, equate this to 0, solve both. Both are same. So you're going to get same answer twice. So what is the very next step? Take negative 1 to the other side, positive 1. And when you take 2 to the other side, division 1 over 2. So for the other equation also, s is equal to 1 over 2. Now these are the roots. Let's try to find out the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients in the next page. Write the equation first. 4s squared 4s plus 1. Now the roots are 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Write alpha plus beta, the sum of the zeros, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1, because of plus of 1. Now this can be written as negative of negative 4 divided by 4. Is it not? Because I know that 4 divided by 4 is 1. Why I am writing this negative outside? So that I can prove the relationship or verify the relationship, which we know already, negative b by a. So this negative is written here. B is the coefficient of s. We got it already in the numerator. And 4, which is a, the coefficient of s squared. So we verified the first part. Now the product alpha beta. Alpha times beta is 1 by 2 times 1 by 2. 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4. Now this can be written as a 1 is the constant, obviously, which is C. We verified both. So we finished both the parts of the question. I hope you understand this question as well. Let's do the final question of today. 6x squared minus 3 minus 7x. So it is not in the correct order. Please rearrange it before you are doing the steps. That's very, very important. Otherwise, you will take the middle term by mistake as 3 and go for wrong factors. So don't do that anytime. Please arrange it in the ax squared plus bx plus c form. Always the x squared terms first and x term next and constant. If it is not given in that order, please rearrange before starting the factorization. Now factorize the given quadratic. Middle term is negative 7x. Find out the two terms whose sum is negative 7x and whose product is negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. It should be negative 18x squared. Now think about the possibilities. 2 9s are 18, isn't it? 2x, 9x can be used. And to check which term has a negative sign, look at this. It's negative 7x. So obviously, if the answer is negative, the larger number should be negative. That's why negative here. So use these two terms, split the middle term. Negative 7x can be written as positive 2x, negative 9x minus 3. And let me tell you one more point, students. Even if you write the other order, 9x first and 2x next, that is also going to give you the correct factors. Doesn't matter. You can able to factorize by grouping and then you can able to find out the two factors. Kindly remember that point. Now, as usual, factor by grouping. Take the greatest common factor out, 2x. Write the remaining terms, 3x plus 1. What is common in these two? Take the negative also, 3. Now what is left? 3x plus 1. As I have already mentioned, we got the brackets same. So whatever we did so far, it's correct. Take the binomial, common binomial outside, 3x plus 4. What are we left with? 2x minus 3. That is the another factor. So to get the zeros, equate it to 0 and solve each equation. Only when 3x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 3 0, the product is 0. You are applying the product, zero product rule. Now solve for x in each case. Take 1 to the other side, negative 1. Now to get rid of this 3, divide both the sides by 3. Balancing equation. So one of the roots, negative 1 by 3. To find out the other root, solve this equation, simple equation. Negative 3, when you take it to the other side, positive 3. Now divide both the sides by 2. X is equal to 3 by 2. Now the roots are negative 1 by 3, 3 by 2. Let's do the next part. verifying the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients in the next page. 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 was the equation, and the roots negative 1 by 3, 3 by 2. Let's verify the first. Sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to negative 1 by 3 plus 3 by 2. Now this is adding two fractions with different denominators. You know what to be done? LCM, least common multiple, so that the denominator will become the same and you can add easily. Otherwise, you can even cross multiply and add them up. That is another method. You can cross multiply this way, multiply the denominators also separately. 1 2s are 2, negative 2 plus 3 3s are 9 divided by 3 2s are 6, which is equal to positive 7 by 6. Now, I can rewrite this as negative of negative 7 divided by 6, and negative 7 is obviously b, coefficient of x, and positive 6 is obviously a. So we proved the first part. Alpha plus beta is equal to negative b by a, negative coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x squared. Now let's prove the next part, next relationship. Alpha beta should be equal to c by a. Let's see whether it is correct. Negative 1 by 3 times 3 by 2. So it is direct multiplication, easy. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3 divided by 3 2s are 6. Now I am not simplifying because I want it in terms of C and A, which is already 3 and 6. No need to simplify in this case. Now negative 3 is already C and 6 is A. Hence, we verified the relationship between the zeros and coefficients. Okay, students, I hope you understand all the three questions we solved today. In our next video, we are going to see the next three questions, which is 4, 5, and 6. So, see you in our next video. Take care. Stay safe.